Hello everybody, I'm here to share some very important information with you all. This is mainly aimed at people in the UK who own rabbits or know people with rabbits, because this is a problem that is spreading around the UK at the moment. So as most of you may know, rabbits need vaccinations if you're in the UK. There are two deadly diseases that are known to kill rabbits. Those diseases are myxomatosis and VHD, also known as RHD. Myxomatosis is an absolutely awful disease, and you may have actually seen rabbits in the wild with this disease. It is just horrendous. Sadly, pet rabbits can get it as well, but it can actually be prevented, and that is if you get your rabbits vaccinated. Myxi is usually spread by insects like fleas or mosquitoes, as they carry the virus, but it also can spread from one rabbit to another. So if you come in contact with a rabbit with myxomatosis, you shouldn't go straight up to your own pet rabbits and handle them, because then that could pass the disease on to them. It's a really, really awful disease. It causes them to swell around the eyes, their nose, their genitals, and their eyes run, and it's just awful. If you want to see what an infected rabbit looks like, then you can Google this. I'm not going to include a picture because it is very distressing, and it's not something that I really want to show to you on this channel. But yes, it is a really awful disease, and sadly pet rabbits can get it, but like I say, it can be prevented through vaccination. Now, the vaccination that you can get that protects against myxi also protects against VHD, or viral hemorrhagic disease. I probably said that wrong, but I think that's how you pronounce it. And this other disease is awful as well. It doesn't really show symptoms though, that is the problem. It's basically sudden death. People just find their rabbits dead. They can be fine one day and the next day they're gone. That's how horrible it is. And then tests have shown that it's been the virus VHD that has killed them. And VHD is spread through objects. So you could carry the disease on your clothes, your shoes. Other animals can carry it. I think it can even be carried on like vegetables and stuff, so you should always wash your vegetables for your rabbits before you give it to them. The vaccination that you get for it is really good. It's a combined vaccine. Like I said, it protects against myxomatosis and VHD, and if your rabbits have this, then they have less chance of getting the disease. No vaccine is really 100% effective, but it is very, very good at stopping it. And if your rabbit was to get myxi whilst they were vaccinated, then they would have a chance of actually overcoming it and getting better, whereas if they weren't vaccinated, they wouldn't have a chance. So I definitely recommend getting your rabbits vaccinated if they're not. It's so important, especially if you're in the UK. I don't know about other countries and other diseases that are in your country, but if you're in the UK, you need to get that combined vaccine. It's only once a year, it's fine, it protects against it, it's great. But the bad news that I have for you now is that there is a new strain of VHD going around. This is known as RHD2. You probably have heard about it because it's been in the news. If you're on rabbit websites or on Facebook, you might have heard about it because people are sharing articles about that. According to the Rabbit Welfare Association and Fund, it has killed around 400 rabbits in the last 6 months, and it is spreading rapidly. This disease is just killing off rabbits all the time, and that is because the current vaccination doesn't protect against the new strain of RHD. It protects against the first one, the original VHD, but it doesn't protect against this new strain. So unfortunately, lots of rabbits are dying from this disease. But the good news is there is now a vaccine available in this country that you can get for your rabbits. My 3 rabbits had this vaccination on Monday, and I am so glad that they had it. I just feel so much better that they've had it now. They need to go into boarding in October, and I just feel so much better about it now that I know that they're vaccinated, because now they shouldn't get the disease. They shouldn't get it from any other rabbits who may carry it or anything like that. They should be fully protected because they've had the combined one and they've had the single RHD2 vaccine. So I highly recommend that you get this done. It is also only needed once a year in most places, but in high risk areas I think they're saying you might need it twice a year. Where I live, I only need it once a year, thankfully, so I'm really happy about that. I'm just so glad that they've got this vaccination and can actually stop my rabbits from dying from it, because like I said, VHD is the disease where there's no symptoms at all. You will just go down one day and they'll be dead. It's horrible. It's simple as that. No symptoms, they'll just die. And it's been happening to too many people recently. It's just so sad. People with lots of rabbits have been losing like half of them. I know someone who lost 6 rabbits from it. It's not worth the risk. Where I had my vaccine, it only cost £14 each for the rabbits, which is, I think, the cheapest place in the country for where I had it done. Whereas most places it's ranging from around £20 to £45. I was very, very lucky to get it for £14. If you're in West Yorkshire and you want to know where I got it, then you can message me. So this disease is highly fatal to unvaccinated rabbits, and this includes indoor rabbits. It doesn't matter if your rabbits are inside, little house rabbits, they are not completely safe from these diseases, because these diseases can spread on your clothes. Like I said, they can spread on your shoes, they can spread through the veg that you buy in the shops. It's very dangerous. There are people who've lost house rabbits, so if you've got house rabbits, you still need to get them vaccinated. I highly recommend that. The vaccine available for this second strain of RHD is known as Filavac or Filavac, I'm not sure, Filavac RHD2, and it covers them against the new disease for at least 6 months, but they're saying like it's more like a year if you're in a low risk area. My little bunnies have finished their food and now they're begging me for more. So I'm not a complete expert. I don't know all the information about this new disease, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if you look online, there are loads of articles about it, which you can look into this further. I just wanted to give you the basics, basically, that this disease is in the country. It's spreading fast. There's actually a map where you can actually see where the disease is and where you can get the vaccine and things like that, so I will link that in the description below. But our poor little bunnies are just not safe at the moment. Without those vaccinations, they're at risk. So I really, really recommend you to get that vaccination. Ask your vet to get it in if they don't have it in, and if they don't, then find a different vet who can get the vaccine in. But most vets do seem to be getting it in now, which is great. I'm sorry this video is a bit on the sad side, because you don't want to know about diseases. It's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing to talk about, but it does need to be talked about because it is happening, it is real, and there is a way to stop it. So please, please, please consider getting this vaccination done if you haven't already. And I wish you the best of luck. Bye bye.